Hello, true duelists. My name's Craig Fee, and welcome to whatever this video is, because there's no script for it, so let's see how it... Let's see how it does. In my most recent update, I did something that I'm truly not known to do at all. Complained, not unlike I'm doing now. That was about the upcoming 2-player starter deck set. This is a set promoted by Konami to get players into the game. As Konami describes it, it's 2 separate decks, 40 cards each with a 4-card extra deck for a total of 88 cards. This will come with a 64-page comic book going over a scripted duel for you and yourself or your friends or your family or whoever you're with to follow to teach everyone how to play the game. For the first summon, the spell cards, trap cards, even goes over synchros and exceeds. It's a great way to learn the game, you might think. But the thing is, Konami also advertises it as something that you can then shuffle up those decks and play non-scripted duels against each other, which sounds like the perfect product. Lord knows there was enough discussion in the last year or so about getting people into this game and the confusion behind it and the daunting and this and that. If there could be a 2-player starter deck set to teach players how to play the game, it would be the perfect product. That was the consensus at one point in time. And we're almost there. Unfortunately, Konami's the one that made it, so we're not there at all. This has all been set off because they revealed 5 cards coming in this set. Dark Magician, because of course, Magic Cylinder, Elemental Hero Sparkman, Swords of Revealing Light, and Eldritch the Golden Lord. I've already made the joke about what the hell the deck is going to be, because one of these decks is going to be playing 2 of these cards. Whether it's Hero Eldritch Zeus Turbo, or Hero Magician Manadium Stun. What is it going to be? I don't know. I can't even conceive of a way to get these to work in any meaningful way. As a matter of fact, there's a number of cards that have been shown on the box art that I think we've all just kind of omitted because they don't make sense and we were willfully denying and just praying that they wouldn't be in the deck. But I'm just gonna throw them up on screen here. And to be perfectly honest with you, I haven't gotten to that point in the editing stage yet, but I guarantee you what you're looking at looks more like a pile of bulk from your locals, far more than it does any competent deck. And that's regardless of whether you're splitting it into 1 or 2. I just don't understand what this product is trying to do, because I feel like it simply fails. And I know we don't know the full set list, and I've seen comments saying that's not fair. Magic Cylinder could steal a duel. Spell cards exist like Swords of Revealing Light. Why is it so bad if they want to put Swords of Revealing Light in a deck? It's not a fair reason to complain about it, but it is, because this deck, this product, is meant to introduce players to the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! And the game you're going to play with this fucking mutt pile of cards is not going to resemble Yu-Gi-Oh! In any capacity. I believe that this fails both in regards to the competitive sense and even as a product sense, because the 2-player starter deck is either meant to get you into the game or get you to buying product for the game, depending on whether you're viewing this from the side of Konami or the players. You want to get your friend playing the game. That entails them spending money, but that's not what you don't want them spending money, you want them playing the game with you. And if that's the case, they can't play against anything meaningful except for the same 2 decks, I guess, with these dog shit cards, because these don't go well, they barely go well together. They don't go well against any competent deck you're playing. We are heading into a meta with like Fire about to be dominant. Like, even something as jank and irrelevant as Phantom Knight is going to destroy whatever the hell it is these 2 decks are doing, even if you can scrabble them together into one as competent as it can be deck. It's just a bad thing to have, and it doesn't reflect the game at all. And I think from the product sense, it's even worse, because if you buy this thing and you get Swords of Revealing Light, a card that should be a continuous spell but isn't, because fuck you, we printed it in 2002, and even though we had continuous spells, we didn't think about them. Like if you're playing with these and you go and buy Phantom Nightmare and you pull a Snake Eye card, you're gonna have a stroke. You're gonna have a fucking aneurysm. You're not gonna know what the fuck's going on. It's just completely different. The product you are buying in the 2-player starter set is completely different from the product that they're currently selling. It just doesn't match up. It's a failure on that front, and it's a failure on being able to play the game in any competent manner. And I'm not against these sorts of slower products and sets, to be clear, Speed Duel is a pretty great way to play the game in a much slower and more Magic Cylinder-based format, let's say. 100%. I have not complained once about any of the Speed Duel sets because they're a fun, different alternative, and they're a more retro style thing. But if you're going to be labeling this as a starter set, and you're going to be selling it to get people into the game, you need to make it for the game. And the game was barely this in 2002, and it is not that at all in 2024. It's just a complete failure of a fucking product, and I hate it because it's this close to being what it needs to be, but it's not. And I've said it, plenty of other people have said it. It's really triggered by the fact that for whatever reason they're putting fucking Dark Magician. They're putting it in to sell it because everyone loves Dark Magician, and I get that. But if you're going to do that, why not just make a Dark Magician versus Blue Eye set? Just make it another fucking Kaiba Yugi bullshit fucking product line and use the Blue Eye Synchro monsters and the Dark Magician Xyz monsters, and you could still throw in Zeus to really push it to competitive players or competitive-minded players or whatever, and then you can make a scripted duel of Kaiba versus Yugi to really sell the, you know, anime things, but you can give them actual cards, things like Blue Eyes Alternative and Magician's Rod and Eternal Soul. And are Blue Eyes playing Jet? I haven't played Blue Eyes since 2016. I don't know. The point is, Blue Eyes and Dark Magician, while they're pretty irrelevant in the grand scheme of the meta, are competent decks that currently feel more like modern Yu-Gi-Oh! More than this dog shit. So why not just do it, get the sales, actually introduce people to the game in a meaningful way, and still be able to push nostalgia? I can't wrap my head around why they would choose to go this route. I get it, it's a starter deck, but like I said, just do Speed Duel type shit. Don't half-ass it like this. Well, oh god, deeply upsetting to me. Very wrong, very bad move by Konami, methinks. Okay, just pander to the fucking Blue Eyes Dark Magician audience like you should, and watch the money pour in. It'll pour in, people can learn to play the actual fucking game, and you've got a competent product. I can't understand who approved this, but I do know that I do not like them. I am very upset about them. So, I don't know, let me know what you think. This has been completely incoherent rambling by yours truly, Gregory Feganite. And make sure you use promo code YGOStrats15 for 15% off an LAFD magnetic display. Not only is it the best way to support my channel, but it's also a beautiful way to shoehorn in 3 cards to talk about in a video and make it seem like I'm putting in more effort than I am. Because wow, it's not just Blue Eyes again. It's not, we talking about Magic Cylinder? Magic Cylinder, isn't that crazy? I know. I don't know where this has gone. Anyways, have a great day. I'll see you in Neversville, and hit subscribe.